Hello Math 1, we've got a new video that shows you guys an alternate strategy for how to do 5.1. So in 5.1, you guys were given equations of the form y equals mx plus b. Remember we talked about, I don't know if I used the words slope-intercept form, but this is what slope-intercept form was. You'd plot your b value and then you'd use your m to be the rise over run. Well, you can take each of these equations and plug in x values that yield y values that you plot the point. So maybe instead of plotting the starting point and then using the slope to plot the others, what you could do is you could fill out a table of values and then use that table of values to plot ordered pairs. Because remember, in chapter 4, I gave you guys tables like this. You converted them to ordered pairs and then you plotted the points. So if you are given a table like this, I just want to make sure we know how to do this. It's x comma y, which is the left right for x, up down for y. So when you see -4, -7 in this context, it's -4 comma -7. It's left 4, down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then the same pattern holds for the rest of them. This one's going to be -2, -4. I'll put it above so we have more room to work. So left 2, down 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you've got 0, 1. That means do not go left or right. Stay on the y-axis. And then down 1. 2, 2, simple enough. Over 2, right 2, up 2. And then 4, 5 means go right 4 units. And then up 5 units. Yeah, so if you got a table of values, it's another way in which you can graph a linear equation. Do you guys know what this linear equation is represented by with this table? Well, quick review of yesterday. The b value is where it crosses the y-axis, so it crosses it at -1. So instead of b plus b, I'm going to put a -1 in there. The m would be up 1, 2, 3, right 2. Up 1, 2, 3, right 2. So instead of m, I'm going to put 3 over 2. Hey, there's the equation. Now, here's what's going to happen on the homework tonight. You guys are going to have to create the table of values from the equation given. And notice, I skip counted by 2's on the x-axis. All right? The reason why I did that was because I knew that my rate of change was over 2. Okay? So I'm moving up 2 units every time for that. But you know what? Let's jump in with a fresh example. So you guys can try to make your way through this. All right. So I've got a blank table right here. I've got my y-axis, my x-axis, and then I have a linear equation, y equals, and I'm going to rewrite it as -1/2 x plus 6. Okay, so now it's exactly in slope-intercept form. Yesterday you guys learned that you're supposed to plot a point on the y-axis at 6, go down 1, right 2. What I'm asking you guys to do today is come up with a set of values that correspond to ordered pairs. So what I try to do is make the middle value x equals 0, okay? So if I plug in x equals 0 into this equation, I would get 0, y equals -1/2 times 0 plus 6. Using the order of operations, 0 times -1/2 is 0. All right, got to do multiplication first. 0 plus 6 is 6. All right, so 0, 6 is going to be my first point that I graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, because the bottom of my fraction is 2, I'm actually going to skip count 2 to the right and 2 to the left. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I want nice, neat values to come out. All right, so here's what I mean by that. I'm going to plug in 2 for my x value because I'm choosing x to be 2. And then every single time, I'm going to have a multiple of 2 that cross cancels with the 2 down there. Yeah, so this is just going to be -1 plus 6. -1 plus 6 is 5. So 2, 5 is going to be my next point. So you go right 2 units, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Yeah, and I can go left 2. There's going to be cross-canceling happening there. But in this case, it's going to be a -1 comes out of this. So -1 times -1 is going to be +1. +1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, so -2, 7. Left 2, up 7. Right, so then at this point, you guys can kind of pick up the pattern, right? You're jumping up 2, down 1. Jumping up 2, down 1. Jumping up 2, this one's going to be down 1 from there. So even with the pattern that you knew from the first lesson, your table of values, once you establish a few of them, you can use patterns to figure the rest out. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, you know, I'd like you to fill out the whole table, even if the points don't really match on the grid. If you have 4 points, that's enough to graph it. But what I want you to do is fill out the rest of the table. So 5 points that would be on there, it comes out to be -4, 8 when you plug it in. It's kind of off the chart there, but if you want to, just plot the point. It's just a little bit above there. Or what you could do is extend it 1 more to the right. You're perfectly free to do that as well. So maybe the next one in the pattern would be a 6. If you plugged in -1/2 for 6, x equals 6, then you have cross cancellation here. 6 divided by 2 is 3 over 1. Yeah? -3 plus 3 is +3, which makes sense with the pattern. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1, 2, 3. Actually, I didn't plot the right point there. It should have been left 1, 2, 3, 4, up 8. So, sorry if you got sidetracked with that confusion. That was not my intention. At any rate, these 5 points on the grid are the most accurate, so you really don't even need to plot that one over there. And that's it. I'm certainly not saying this is an easier method. I'm just saying it's an alternate method that you might need to use to plot points for not lines, but maybe stuff you would see in Math 2 and Math 3. Let's check out number 2 now. So again, I'm going to start with 0 in the middle. I'm going to use the denominator of my rate of change to determine how much to jump up and down for my x's. Since it's just 2 over 1, I'm just going to start by going up 1, 2 in this direction and down 1, 2 in that direction. If it seems like this is off the chart, then I'm just going to tag along at the front end. If it seems like this is off the chart, then I'll tag along the back end. All right. So now what we're doing is we're plugging in 0 right here. So what's 0 times 2 minus 3? It ends up being -3. And I'll do this where I fill out the whole table before I plot any points, okay? What's 2 times 1 minus 3? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 3 is -1. Plug the 2 in right there. What's 2 times 2, 4, minus 3, 1. All right, then you go the opposite direction. What's 2 times -1? -2, minus 3, -5. And then the last one, 2 times -2 is -4. which is -4 minus 3 is -7. So right off the bat there, some of it is just mental math. You just plug in the numbers and work out the arithmetic. If I'm plotting these points, it's going to be left 2, down 7. So here's my y-axis, here's my x-axis. Left 2, down all the way to -7. Left 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 0, -3. And my projector just turned off. That was unexpected. Maybe the light bulb's out. At any rate, well, there it is. Hey, we got it back. Where was I? Yeah, I was plotting these points right here. All right, I'm going to stop this video and maybe finish it on a new one.